Alright, so we are live. Hopefully I won't cut out the stream prematurely this week, but we're going on an a little bit older MTG Josh list, mostly because of a wildcard situation, or lack thereof right now. This is Betor Ancestor's Voice. Now this is a very unique card to build around, simply because it requires either a heavy dedication towards life loss or life gain, to be able to utilize its abilities. Beginning of your end step, basically put a number of +1/+1 counters on up to one creature, the amount of life you gain this turn, and then return one target creature with mana value equal or less than the number of cards or amount of life you've lost this turn. Now, the original list featured Arboreal Grazer, featured Ancient Tomb, which unfortunately would pair quite nicely with Betor, but it's now banned, and so we've kind of changed things up with Fell the Profane as the extra land. We added Exploration in place of Arboreal Grazer, and then we added Burgeoning in place of, I want to say, Mana Tithe. So some situational cards, but they do fit quite nicely with the Enchantress sub-theme. Sithis obviously allows you to draw cards with that. Enchantress's Presence, a Tacit Champion, Eidolon Blossoms, so we do have a few more things that trigger those. And then obviously we have some amount of life loss with things like Blackmark Connections, Dark Tutelage, Darkstar Augur, Painful Truce, Phyrexian Arena, Toxic Deluge. Life gain we're a little bit light on. We have things like Courser of Crewfix. It'll be one thing to note whether we have really enough life gain in the deck. Flowering of the White Tree is an interesting one. We don't have a ton of creatures, so I don't know how good that actually is. Whip of Erebus helps with a little bit of life gain, etc. So, see if we have enough life gain to justify what we're doing, but let's get into some matches. Already played a couple matches. The deck is definitely slow and ponderous, and probably COBS is going to be a problem tonight. Just a Tully. We'll try it. Get to go forest and the birds and the stuff, so. Hear any loud screaming from the next room, it's because there's a Broncos game on, and my wife definitely enjoys her Broncos games, even if she can get a little annoyed at her team. Ripples of Undeath, Sun Petal Grove, and more elves. Elves are all you need. Elves are all you need. It's gorgeous art on the Sandstep Citadel. Cool Signet, sure. 2, 3. So I will pay a life. Once more, let's card. Let's go with the Binding of the Old Gods. Slow them down. Okay, Arboreal Grazer, sure. 2 Archway, which return Lily Lamb, that does tap for multiple things. I get to search for a forest, underground mortuary, black market connections. Pay 1. So we don't have an untapped land this turn, do we? No real good attacks. We'll include Modiah. See, I don't see them pitching a Titan. Reality fragments. Betor. So this is definitely. Probably should have exiled or put that in my graveyard this turn. So 6 mana into prime time. I do get to ramp, which is kind of annoying, but at the same time, do that. Play the Endatha. Let's get to draw a bunch of cards here. Really do want you to go for that. Binding of the Old Gods, 6. Cruelty of Kicks. Discard land, and test and champion, I guess. It's again, archivist off of my deck. Okay, so I need something that's odd that will deal with that. Or do I even care at this point? Alright, so see what they hit. Elish Reclaimer. We'll just continue rounding. What's up, Ladoa? Remove with all board wipe and spell interaction mazes and ouch. Okay, Doom Foretold. Draw a card. Discard land, land, land. Artist Cobra into I'm gonna hard cast a Tully again. Indeed. I hit an Elvish Mystic off our deck and they hit off theirs, a Ragavan. Well, I guess we found a deck we could outgrind. How much time a week do you spend grinding Brawl in different formats, Doyle? Because I swear most of the time that I'm on, you're on. Try it. Definitely need another black source. Yeah, it's another black source. Xenagos, God of Rebels 5-drop deck with more of a beatdown aggro value plan. So black, white. Which one do I have in play? Or green. Definitely need another black. Do I want a black white or a black green though? Give them a little something to deal with. Well, they might have to tap mana on their turn to deal with this. Nope, looks like they're just going to hold up mana, so. Yep. Problem is we don't know if they were holding up a counter spell too, so possible we were supposed to just jam into it. Yep. Just kind of what we expected, but gotcha. Well, I'm lucky if I play, at least during the week, if I play maybe 30 minutes. I just try to, I think typically I just try to grind the, 3 to 4 wins a day. Try to maximize the free-to-play gold stuff, so to speak. Alright, let's lead on Duress. Okay, so they have Wash Away, Tail's End, Dig Through Time, EI. I don't really care about my commander right now. So I think we have to take Wash Away and jam this Phyrexian Arena. Yeah, and they get to dig through time, which we knew would happen, but is what it is. EI, EI, let's go. Alright, Field of Ruin, that's kind of whatever. Exploration. Let's see if they care about this one. Can't really tell anything that they got going on, because obviously they could be, chilling on the Field of Ruin activation. They could be cycling Sweltering Suns, which, ironically, there are some draws of ours that matches up poorly against. Cruelty of Kicks. Let's see this one resolving, but I also don't want them having a bunch of mana, so... Yep. So they didn't take the opportunity to fix their mana, which I find interesting, sure. So the reason I didn't cast Terra Sunder at the end of turn is I didn't really want them getting any extra cards off this Rhystic Study. Really should activate that. Interesting choice. I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to save that Field of Ruin for, but I've never understood what control mages think all the time, so... that in the graveyard for now. Take a draw. I mean, the annoying part is we know they have our commander basically on lockdown with Tail's End, so... Set Crown Making that plays in front of mine. Firewalk. Yeah, that could be some dumb stuff. We have 10 total mana. Another part is that it impacts one hand size the rest of the game, right? Yep. Like, this is the eternal control versus whatchamacallit battle, right? Like, see, this one, yeah, the emblem's going to be more annoying than trying to kill it. think we have a lot of ways of bringing these back, so we'll just do these 6. Like a swan song or something. Yep. Okay, draw a card. Draw a card. Try to cast Damnation. Don't think it'll work, but yeah, that's one of the things that kind of punishes us for that. Okay, we have to bring something back. So we have 0, we have to bring Dust and Zealot back. Then we just die. Just cast a bunch of spells and go to the face. Yep. Niv is quite powerful once it gets rolling. But that's one thing I knew this Betor deck would definitely do, is it would have some kind of... I mean, most of the Enchantress decks have kind of long, grindy affairs. So Storm versus Enchantress. Can't keep this hand. We have very awkward mana and no acceleration, so sure. Looking for black mana or something. Question is, do I just go ahead and jam? What's more likely to get countered, Sithis or Ripples of Undeath? I think the answer is not Sithis. Okay, can we assume Sithis is dying? Yep. Play that out, play Archivist. Guess it's sure. Draw a card. Do Thunksies. So that's Counterspell, or this talent. Kitsa, Stand Full Stroke, and Proft. So, what am I looking to do next turn? Let's go with Wallz Crackling Wit. I guess the only positive here is draw 3 cards, discard 2. Long and grinding road. So they're keeping counterspell and yeah, I could do 6 with that. 2, 3. Pay 1. Bring back a Liliana. Alright, so okay, we gain some life. Long and grinding road that we're on. Gotta love magic for that. 6, 7 mana. I can recast Ral, but they're not in the best position to defend it. Guessing this is going to be a draw 3, discard 2. Oh. One, 2, 3. Cruelty of Gix. What's the mana matter this turn? Doesn't look like it. So they have Bolt open, which is annoying. Or Fading Hope. So we have to go 1, 2, 3 at that. We'll probably bounce Betor is my guess. So here comes Treasure Cruise, right down Treasure Cruise Lane. Many cards can you draw and still lose a game? It's the blue-eyed way. Sure. So, to search for a card. Well, I currently have Bolt. Guessing the whatchamacallit game's not going too well. Let's grab Casualties of War. Okay, so Casualties of War. Let's draw land. Get to do a full artifact creature. Sure. Is our opponent back that much more mana from casting their commander? Brolliday. Into Brainstorm. Draw a card. Going to pay 1 and grab that chem ball. Opponent concedes. Moves to 1 is a deck, outgrind another is a deck, call it a day. Okay. Kings. Buckeyes remain, betting favorite to win CFP. The Browns managed to lose. Steelers beat Baltimore. That's absolutely hilarious. Good old Gabrielle, huh? We'll try this one. Okay, turn 1. We're gonna grab what, green, white. Burgeoning. I don't really care if that one gets pitched. Okay, Mox Opal, sure. Enchantress's presence. Holy lag balls, Batman! Okay, forest. We can definitely put that in the yard. Duress. One of this. Housing remorse. Take care of that. Excited Broncos fan for the win. Alright, now can we start chaining some, sounds like it. Okay, that's Betor die. This looks like they're going to play Davriel. Interested that they didn't go for the perpetual -3/-3. But Davriel does get stupid real quick, so. Creatures getting plus. Gain some life. Unfortunately, didn't do much good, but. Okay. I like the Stone Ages, don't you? Oh, that's a bit of a bummer. Oh well. Okay, Satyr Enchanter. Okay, we'll start with Painful Truths. One Surveil land left. That's definitely not land we want to draw. Let's draw a land. Oh, BMC, which is kind of annoying. Lots of instant speed stuff. Surprised they held on to the Agonizing Remorse as long as they did, frankly. Dark Petition, sure. Oh, they sacrificed the treasure. I was like, what did they sacrifice? Yeah, fun is a good thing to be having in Brawl to begin with. So. 3 mana to 1 Power Stone. Do I have anything down in my yard that I actually want currently? Lord of the Bailmerk. Draw a card. Cephas. Draw a card. Whip of Betor. They just play Davriel again, or what do they do? Whenever you draw a card, gain 2 life. Grandmate. Chemball. Doop doop. Draw a card, draw a card. Okay. Do you have a sweeper? Be kind of annoying if you did. You just killed yourself now. Oopsie, there it is. Do it. Do it now. Do it. Do it now. And your wife sounds like Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars. Do it! Alright, I think we'll play one more match. Betor is an interesting deck overall. It's not a deck you're going to grind out a lot of matches with in a night, but it is, you know, like literally we were sitting on one card, and we kind of got to grind out there. And the opponent's kind of on point, so. Okay, so over non-creature, control enters, create food token. Alright, Samwise, Ganges. Keep. Ruh-roh Raggy, they really mulliganing. Must be getting close to halftime, I'm guessing. Or I guess it's after halftime, isn't it? Wowzers. 21-7. She's been that disappointed with him so far. That's scary. Alright, so I need a green source. I want to grab a surveil land there. So place this. Samwise Ganges. Binding of the Titans. Each player mills 3 cards. Birds of Paradise. Doom Foretold. Boom! Spontaneous combustion. When the opponent's own strategy backfires. Whoopsie! Let's see here. Alright, so what do we feel about the Betor list? Not sure. Path to Exile is legal in this format, right? Yeah, it's legal. Okay. I do wonder, like, Fragment Reality. Exile target non-artifact. I do wonder if things like Path to Exile are just better in certain these circumstances. Duress, Thunksies, Up the Beanstalk, Ripples of Undeath, Knight's Whisper. Like, this just makes sense when you're playing with your commander specifically. Card draw made sense. Enchantress's Presence made sense. Kemble's a nice one of. Doom Foretold had some spots where it was decent. Whip of the Erebus was good. The 3 Wraths were great. Smothering Tide was okay. Like, pretty much, you know, even though we don't have a ton of creatures and we don't have a ton of ways to close out the game, really does feel like this is a very well-balanced list. I got to see both Burgeoning and Exploration. The reason... So, Burgeoning and Exploration, generally speaking, are very good in the first couple early turns of the game. You know, and they kind of peter out in their usefulness in the mid to late game. However, if you're drawing like a bunch of cards with, you know, your Enchantress's Presence, if you're able to play multiple cards with things like Courser of Crufix, they become a lot better. Plus, they also play quite nicely, you know, with your Sithis, with your Setessan Champion, with your Satyr Enchanter, you know. So, as awkward as these cards can be, even Arboreal Grazer isn't necessary. Like, Arboreal Grazer is an early body and allows you to play an extra land. None of which is anything wrong with that. However, the ability to play multiple extra lands, like, I'm almost beginning to think these two are in any type of green decks are just like automatically includes in Brawl, if you have them in your collection, obviously. I mean, they're both rares, but I think these two like almost make up for the loss of things like Chrome Mox and stuff in terms of pure speed, the games you have these. Now, obviously, you have to run a very high land count. We do run 39 lands, plus the one of MDFC, which just came up. Granted, it did almost kill us one game with the Darkstar Augur. But this deck was pretty fun. I'm not going to lie. We are a little, like I said, a little bit light on life gain. We do have Sithis, we do have Courser, we do have Whip of the Erebus. Sun Titan's fine for getting back a lot of random things. Kemble's a little bit of life gain here and there. We have about as many Planeswalker answers as we could cram into the deck with Fateful Absence, Get Lost, Binding in the Old Gods, Urgent Necropsy, whatever it is. So I really feel for like a mid-range pile. Oh, and we also have Casualties of War. So it does feel like we have a lot of utility out of so many different things. One card I guess you could consider adding to the deck over maybe even over the copy of Fel the Profane is Shifting Woodlands is certainly a card. I don't know if there's enough other card types in the deck to make up for that, but for the Delirium, but it could be alright. Could add like another Planeswalker or something for a little bit higher end, but I'm pretty happy with where this list is. Not a whole lot of tweaks compared to MTG Josh's list, but, you know, most of their lists are pretty solid, so I can't really complain. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for hanging out, whether it was O'Doyle here with his wonderful brewing lists, whether it's my lovely wife, if she's even been watching, my brother, everybody else. Hope to see everybody for next week's stream. See you.